Hi, welcome to Return of Whatever. I'm Amit Dedhia.
And I'm Herbert Midgley.
It's nice to put some faces to names, isn't it? Yeah, we got together in person, live in person.
Live in person.
Yeah, it's been real fun getting a chance to get together with old Herb here and tear up the town a little bit. We had lots of food today.
Oh, we basically went from one food stop to the next food stop.
Yeah, it seems like that's what everybody likes to do. We just go off to restaurants and chat with the old crews.
We got to hang out with some of the old former whatever gang, Nick and Jerry, which was awesome.
That was fantastic. For those who have never listened to some of our older casts, we talk about the original Whatever. The original Whatever was a show that Herb was on with these two other fellas, Jerry and Nick. And that's actually how I met Herb. I was watching them on the cable access show, and Nick had a question, and I called in and had an answer. The next day, I was over and part of the show.
I remember I saw one of the first shows, and I saw Nick and Nick, because I knew Nick. I said, I didn't know Jerry. I said, man, how could I bogart my way onto this show? Well, all I had to do was ask. That was it, man. And they couldn't get rid of me after that.
Yeah, pretty much that's all I had to do. As you see, our Mac love is, we got matching iBooks.
Apple, we love you.
Apple, we love you. If you want to sponsor us, be awesome.
You want to send us some of those hot Intel Macs that are coming out? We'll take them.
We would love to, give them the full testing and everything. And heck, I'm even an iPod user.
I have my iPod shuffle. I just can't grab it right this second.
Yeah. I keep it on me at all times.
Well, one of the cool things about getting together is being able to have a chance to talk about things and hang out and see people we haven't seen in a while. And we talked about this in the previous cast, is about the basically the social networking web pages, right? Mm-hmm. We talked about the Facebook, which I'm a big fan of the Facebook. And unfortunately, the thing about the Facebook, at least as of right now, you have to have a university or maybe even a high school email address.
Yeah, a university or high school email address will work to get onto the Facebook. And for those like me, I didn't really take the Facebook seriously until much after I graduated. So I was unable to start registering to view all my old friends and be able to keep up with them.
And you have friends like this, and it's kind of interesting because you look on there, you see their name. And we talked about this on actually our first podcast, like some of the information. This person here actually is not giving a whole lot of information away that's scary, which is a good thing.
Yeah, this person that I actually know, and I think Herb actually knows.
So, and on here you can, there's like a wall. You can put some, hey, how you doing? Happy holidays, whatever. They have the groups are in, and you can see some of their friends as well, and you click on there. And basically, once you kind of get onto this, you're going to play the clicking game for a while. See if this person has classes. This person doesn't have any classes, but that's another way you can kind of connect. All right, this person is in the same English class as me, or whatnot. So that's another one. The one, I say unfortunately, it's kind of gotten a bad rap because there's so many things with it, is the MySpace, and we'll talk about that. One reason why I like Facebook is that everybody's profile is pretty much similar. You look at one to another, the layout is all pretty much similar from one to the next, and which is nice. MySpace, which is actually, I guess, really, really big and really took off. We kind of went down. You kind of were talking earlier about the progression of these social networking sites, and Craigslist you mentioned as being the first one, right?
Well, the first major one that I'd seen, way back in the day, bulletin board systems, that was your social networking. Because in a bulletin board system, you had those people who were part of the bulletin board system who constantly added content, and you were able to interact with those people by leaving messages for them. Well, then the World Wide Web came out, and just we all know what the World Wide Web is. Well, I hope you know where it is, because you're sitting on it when you access us. But then the first real social networking tool that came out of that was Craigslist. Craigslist, they took the idea of the bulletin board system, and they just put a basic, very, very basic text-based HTML page, which had some user interactivity. After that, and Craigslist is an awesome site. If you haven't been to Craigslist, just check it out. I've been a big fan of their site for a long time. Heck, I always go in there to look for computer parts whenever I want to buy new computer parts, or used computer parts, because I can always find a good deal there. And it's really huge in some areas, especially San Francisco. Next, what came up was the blogger style, or the live journals. Live journal, blogger, dead journal. What other ones do you know of?
There's a couple of... So, yeah, so the bloggers came about next, right?
Yeah, the bloggers and the blogger style sites came about next. And that was great, because you were able to put your thoughts out there, put your day-to-day routines, people get to share what's going on in your life with other people, and you were able to personalize it to the way you wanted it. And, it was its own individual site, so you could easily set up a blog ring, which is a term used to describe a social ring of blogs, where you could blog ring with some of your friends or people with the same interests. Well, now we've got these sites like Facebook and MySpace, which MySpace, it's huge now. I mean, we've all seen the news recently where there have been some big
45 million
issues with that.
45 million people on this network.
No, that's in your network, I believe. With and he's signed up already for MySpace. I'm, as we are speaking, am registering for MySpace to see how it actually works. I really like some aspects of MySpace, but there are some things I'm not so happy with, and most of those end up being because of the users. Maybe it's because I've got this background of software development. You kind of understand what works, what doesn't. An example of something that doesn't work is dark pink backgrounds with pink letters in front of them, or light pink letters in front of them. And I've seen this on a few MySpace accounts. Not really usable or readable. So.
And this one I'm particularly looking at right now is that it's so big. And of course, this is a 12-inch iBook, so maybe it's better if you got a 17-inch wide screen or something. But you have to scroll over from side to side. And one thing about MySpace, so if you know a bit of HTML, or for some people that don't know hardly any HTML at all, you can come make a site with your 10,000 animated GIFs. And blinking lights and text colors, and it's just hard on the eyes. And granted, a lot of these folks that are doing this are
are not web savvy.
They're not web savvy. They're not webmasters, and I consider myself at least a minor type of webmaster type thing with my website and so forth like that. So I don't claim to be the best by any means at all. But when someone go to my site and it's not, doesn't give me brain damage by looking at it. Mm-hmm. And this one here actually, the background gives me a little bit of, I don't know. I guess it's pretty bad too.
Well, one thing I think is just awesome with MySpace, and I'm going to go ahead and add a friend on here. Who is my friend, Herb?
Well, James is on here. Is he your friend?
I think I'm going to go and look for Captain Herb. Captain
Herb. Be my friend.
So, if you want to know who Captain Herb is, go to MySpace and take a look for Captain Herb.
I wonder who that could be.
Is that right? Did I spell it right there?
Let's see real quick. Yeah, it's... Okay. It looks like Cap the ARB.
The... Cap the...
Yeah, do it on this friend finder thing and just display it. And actually do a search for my name and you can find it.
Cap.
Or this my name.
Herb.
And do display name.
All right, display name Cap Herb. All right, I'm looking for him, and
What?
Oh, CPT maybe.
Man.
All right, we're already having some technical difficulties. Much like a regular show.
We can't spell here. That's all right.
Let's try this with just regular.
Just do my name. Do a name search. Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, very. I found him. I just put his name in, Herbert Space Midgley in the find, and he comes up finally. And both of his accounts come up.
Because I have a band website as well as a personal one, and I only got on this last week. I was kind of bored during Christmas time because you go home and visit the family. After you say hey for 5 minutes, you kind of like ran out of things to say. So, I sit there with my laptop talking to my dad or mom, and had something to do. And so you can hear the famous nerd song if you want. And there it is. So you can add me as a friend.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to add you. Oh, there, forward to friend. No, add to favorites. Add to group.
What?
I don't have an add to friends yet.
Oh, maybe you have to go verify your account.
There we go. Usually you have to, so let's go and do that.
Okay, and I'll log in.
But one of the cool these type of social networking things is it's a way you can easily share your pictures with friends and family and whoever's in your social group network, and you can also see who like when I add Herb to my network, now I can access Herb's and see if he has anybody I know on that network.
Just for grins, I was looking for some people that graduated with high school with me. Mm-hmm. And I found this one friend of mine that I knew way back when. I haven't seen him since 88, I guess, 87, 88 or something like that. And I shot him out an email, say, hey, I found your account. Did you remember me from blah, blah? Of course. Once you meet Herbert Midgley, don't forget Herbert Midgley.
I know, I didn't forget Herbert Midgley.
For good or bad, and hopefully it's mainly good, you don't forget Herbert Midgley too much. So he emailed, yeah, man, I remember you, and blah blah blah. It looks like you're doing great, blah blah blah. Told me a little bit about his life, and that's it. That was kind of cool. So for that purposes, it's kind of neat to. Back in the old days, just for fun, and you can do this if you're kind of bored. Take your internet search skills and see if you can actually find one of your friends. And I'll say this: if you're a guy. If you try to find one of your friends, especially a friend that was a girl back like in elementary school, it's almost impossible because you know what happened? Mm-hmm. They got married and changed their last name.
Yeah.
So I don't think I found hardly. I think maybe one or two girls that I knew back in elementary. Even in high school maybe, because they all got married by this point. I guess that should tell me something, but oh well. What can you do?
Herb. Hey, if you guys know any single women,
well,
I mean, Herb has to beat him off with a stick, but
I might need to take a trip to. I might need to take a trip with our friend Chewy. But in any case, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. We'll talk about that when that hits more fruition.
Yes.
Right.
This is pretty. And one thing about these MySpace accounts, it took me a long time to want to do it. And one of the big reasons why I want to do it is because I think a lot of you guys know I have this nerd song, and I like to promote it, mm-hmm. and whatnot. And that was one reason why I did that, because a lot of music accounts are that way. So let's see. Let me refresh this real quick and see if I got some special. I have a new friend request on here.
Yeah. Wonder who that could be?
I wonder who that could be. So let's see. You have a picture on there?
I should have just uploaded one on there, so we'll see.
We'll give it a second and see if it pops up.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. So
that quick, huh?
Let's
let me hit approve.
Go ahead and approve me real quick. And I just want to show these guys what it looks like when after you initially log in and get your first friend.
One thing about the MySpace account, and I don't think it's the internet connection here, is that I guess so many people hit it at night. I find it kind of bogs down a little bit at night range and whatnot. So I'm just going to let it roll for a second and whatnot. A couple things you can do on here as well is that you can do email, instant message. You can send out what they call bulletins to all your friends. So say, hey, like one of our friends say, hey, where are my homies in Houston? And I'm not a homie in Houston, so I didn't respond back. But I could have if I was.
All right. So you accepted me as your friend, and let's see how quick it is. Because a lot of these systems and I know of a lot of them like this, and it makes sense. A lot of these systems honestly take time to update. Well, this is kind of cool that it doesn't take too much time. So let's.
You may want
and I'm gonna cover that.
Hit reload one time because it goes away next.
Okay, let's try this.
I hit reload. Some of the ads I won't say I won't say risque, but they're like,
Let's grab a better ad because
that's what a nice holiday ad.
Yeah, nice holiday ad. All right, so I hope you can see this.
Yeah, it looks all right.
All right, and this is gonna be fun. I just use arrows. So you see, I got my picture up right there in the first top corner. You know what? I'm going to get a little closer. Yes, we are the only podcast to podcast from the stairs. All right, so you got me, my pictures, my basic stats, and then I scroll down. Oh, take a look here, and I've got friends. I should have friends.
You got Tom and Herb.
Yeah, Tom and Herb are my friends. But right now it just shows the one friend on my front page. So I'm going to go to view all my friends. And you see Herb.
Well,
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It shows you usually a snapshot of a few friends right there.
And you can put a bunch of pictures on there as well and a bunch of other stuff. We should have a contest just for fun.
See how big we can build our network?
See how many people we can get on our MySpace accounts. That'd be kind of...
Yeah, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be a cool little contest. I know at one point we had a contest where...
yeah. And
who could get the most response on the dating sites. Not that we really, use dating sites or need to.
You know who won? Dan won.
Actually, my friend Amanda signed up a week before the end of our contest, did not send a single message, and she beat Dan out by about 100 messages received.
That's not fair. That's a girl.
True.
That does not count. That's like in that Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
Does not count. Dan won in my book, man. Oh well. Anyway, so I look at mine and yours right now. I think that's pretty. I mean, it's
pretty basic.
Pretty basic. You don't have to go add a bunch of screaming JPEGs and whatnot, and all that crazy stuff and whatnot. So that's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, it's great. And, I think it's kind of cool. That's just the idea of the social networking tools because honestly, you get to the point where you have all these friends and such, and it's really hard to communicate. You don't know what you've told what friend about what's going on in your life. And in my position, where most of my older friends are here in Texas, which I must say, for all of you guys who aren't in Texas, I know there's at least one of our listeners coming out of New York. Texas is nice in the winter. I got here. What was it, like 80 degrees yesterday?
Yeah, it's a good 70-something today.
It's been great.
Beautiful day.
It's been great.
One other thing on here that's kind of like the live journals and stuff, that you can put blog entries on here. Mm-hmm. You can put comments about, say, hey, how you doing? And also on here, if you put your schools and stuff like that, you can actually put down what classes you're taking. So that's another way that you can network as well. So there's a bunch of crazy stuff that's going on. I mean, it is pretty amazing how many people are on these networks and whatnot. So
yeah, I'm just gonna go through here by looking at the one friend I had on there, Herb. I'm looking at his friends, and I'm realizing which friends we have in common, and I'm just adding them on as we go. So let's see how many people I add on as we're going.
Let's see. We know that friend, right? That's a friend we know.
Yeah, we got old Mickey there.
So I'll
But yeah, my complaint, and this is what my complaint would be to the creators of MySpace, if they would just come up with some do's and don'ts on your MySpace account, that'd be great. Another thing that I think would be great is if they had themes for their MySpace accounts, because if you have pre-made themes, people can just select their pre-made themes, and it doesn't look just horrible.
And that's one thing that's nice about Blogger, is that they have those themes. You can go download other ones as well, but they got the basic ones there for the folks that are for the folks that are just basic, and it's not too crazy and whatnot.
Hmm.
So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And the only thing that I don't, or the other issue I have with this is, and we just encountered it, is that they do tend to have some risque ads. I think that if they were to allow you the option, what kind of ads you'd like, or what kind of ads you just don't want, because I guess in Herb's position, where he's a lecturer at the university, somebody goes to his MySpace account and sees a pornographic website or some adult single finder or something on there. Well, I mean, Herb's not one to promote it, and we understand they have to have their revenue streams, but I mean, it could be damaging to his career in that respect.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't. I always look at worst case scenario.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what else to say. I think that we covered it. If we could, just have more. I mean, basically, the stuff that some of these websites you go to, this makes you get brain damage and
brain damage.
It makes me sad. I don't want to be sad. I want to be happy. Yeah. So we've got Abraham here. I'll add him to the friends.
Yeah, I've added him.
Whatnot. Well, I guess that's a pretty good video cast because we don't want the video cast too big, or else it's going to take up a lot of space for folks to download.
Well, I do want to just talk about one other thing.
Sure.
And I was reading in Slashdot today about web usability guru Jacob Nielsen has recently written an article for his own blog saying that, video blogs are not the way of the future. They are more boring than on the internet than they are on TV. So, Jacob, I hope you're wrong, because I think we do a good job when we're on camera, but
yeah,
I guess we'll have to wait to see what the feedback is.
One other quick one I'll just do from my source of information. Mm-hmm. We kind of have different sources where we get information. One on here says 7 out of 10 big podcasts come from former Tech TV personalities. Mm-hmm. I wonder why.
Well, they consider the experts. Tech TV, God bless Tech TV. I've been a fan since CDTV, and they've always had some great on-air talent.
Rest in peace. I mean, it was such a great thing, and unfortunately, it's not here anymore.
Yeah, I remember back in '99 when I first called in to call for help. This is back when Leo was running 2 shows, Call for Help and the Screensavers. I called in, talked to Leo, asked him about dual booting Linux and Windows, and man, they were awesome. They were just fantastic.
And those guys actually knew their stuff. They didn't get... The only thing they had the earphones on, say, wind it up. You got 1 second. You got 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
So they were able to... And, I called up a few times. I've talked to a few of the cats on there at one time or another. And I actually got to meet a lot of them, which was really cool.
Yeah, I really wish I could. But the only sad thing is it makes podcasts like our own, well, we aren't as prominent because... we don't have that notoriety. I mean, we're just a couple of yahoos just putting together a podcast on our own free time. That being said, I think we're the grassroots, and hey, we've got, 30 episodes now?
30 episodes.
30 pure episodes, and then we've got some supplementals like this video.
Yeah.
For the New Year's.
And every time we get together, we'll do a podcast. Hopefully one day we'll have a 3 podcast with Dan.
Yeah, it'd be really nice. That
would be awesome to have that as well.
Or 3 videocast. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, 3 videocasts.
3 videocasts, that'd be really cool.
And you saw us a few months ago when we were in Vegas, and that was awesome. Awesome time.
That was great.
Awesome time. So, with New Year's coming around the corner, do you have a New Year's resolution?
Tech resolution?
Yeah, a tech resolution.
Golly. There's one I like to say, but I know I won't get a chance to do. Mm-hmm. I would love to update my website and make it better looking. Because it's been up there for a couple of years, but I don't think it's going to... I won't say never it's going to happen, but... tech resolution. Do you have one? Let me think about it for a moment.
Okay, I'll let you think about it. Me, I've got hundreds of projects in my mind, and I want to... during the next year, I want to at least put one of them to fruition. I want to come up with a web service that some people would be interested in using. So my resolution is, my New Year's resolution for tech-wise is get one of my ideas out there within the first, start working on it as of January 1st.
So by the second quarter, maybe?
Well, we'll see how long it takes. I mean, I want to have it out by by the middle of the year, if anything. I want to have it out there and used by the middle of the year. But that's my tech resolution. My regular New Year's resolution is my typical one. I need to lose some weight. This last year living in the nice world of coding, I don't really get a chance to exercise near as much as I'd like to. But that being said, we'll see what happens.
Oh, tech resolution, man. You know what I should do? I should learn some OS 10 Unix type commands. I should learn more of those Unix type commands for OS 10. That would be good, and that's something I think I can feasibly do. Really, the one I probably should do is make my website better looking, but I don't think that's going to happen. Really, my blog has become the place where all my current information is at anyway. So to know me is to know my blog.
Yeah, to know his blog.
And for a personal thing, you know what? Be a better guitar singer. Be a better guitar singer. I think I got a little bit more room to grow on singing, and that would be nice. And also, if I could drop 15 pounds, I could play Remo Williams. So that might be something down the line. I'm not sure if that can happen. Woo, that's going to be hard. No more carbohydrates. Woo. No. I love the French fried potatoes.
I don't think you go without the French fried potatoes.
It would be very hard.
And I've seen this guy eat French fried potatoes.
Two of them.
Oh, sorry, freedom fries.
Freedom fries. Two of them were just the day. Two of the places we had French fries. I had French fries at 2 places. 2 of the 3 places we ate today. The last one didn't have French fries.
Yeah, well, the last one was a sushi house, and he got to experience some sushi. It was a pulling teeth with him, but he did it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's we don't want to make this thing too big, so it's great seeing you guys again, and hope you guys enjoyed our little end of the year videocast. Hope to do more of these at some point.
Definitely.
All right. Well, I'm Amit Dedhia.
And I'm Herbert Midgley.
And we're coming to you live from Herbert Stairs.
And if you saw death stairs, this is the death stairs.
These are the famous stairs. That
film majors did not know what they saw after they saw that, whatever it was, that art film I made. It's definitely something.
That was definitely art.
Yeah. So check us out at returnofwhatever.com and email at
returnofwhatever@gmail.com.
We love hearing from you, y'all.
Yeah, we definitely do. And if you can't get around to typing an email, send us a voicemail. We definitely enjoy that too.
And normally, I don't have a beard, but the rule is if I don't teach, I don't shave, and I don't wear a tie.
I don't know. I think he looks pretty good with the beard. You gotta send some response, whether you think he looks good with the beard or not. I think it makes him look a little distinguished. And I'm telling him he needs to go goatee. Just do the goatee, because then he can be evil Herb.
When I thrust it. All right, bye everybody.
All right. See ya. It's the only podcast done on stairs.
Definitely.